All right, welcome back to the Digital Learning Lab. In this video, I'm going to show you some really simple, quick settings in Canvas to make sure that you are automating all of the things that you can automate in terms of grading in Canvas. Let's go. All right, so again, all of the things that we do on this channel are designed to help you maximize your workflow, to help you be more creative and have more brain space to do the fun things like building relationships with your students. And one of those things is grading. Grading is the absolute worst. I hate it. Maybe you like it. If you like it, let me know in the comments. If you're a person that just loves getting after some marking on your papers and things like that. But I don't. And so I'm always looking for ways to make this a quicker process. We use Canvas and we also use Skyward. And what that means is that Canvas has to talk to Skyward in order to transfer grades around. So Canvas is where all of our content lives. Skyward is where all of the student information lives, and they need to talk together. So to do that, let's jump into our sandbox. Today, again, here we are in the Anatomy Sandbox course. We've looked at making home pages and quizzes, and now we're leveling up our game, automating Canvas to work for us rather than us working for Canvas. So to do that, the first thing that you need to do is come over to this blue sidebar of settings and navigation things, click on settings. Settings will take you to a page where we will go to navigation. Navigation, you need to have GradeSync. If you don't have GradeSync in your navigation, then drag it up here. So it's probably down here in one of these many things. Also, as just a note to tidy things up, whatever you don't want students to see or things that you don't use, just push them down to the bottom. They're not important. So GradeSync needs to be up there. Once you drag it up, don't forget to select Save at the very bottom of the screen. They've hidden it down there very nicely. Okay, so now we have GradeSync in our options. Click on GradeSync and click on Utilities and make sure this is toggled to the on position. You'll need to do this for all of your classes. If you do it for just one, it doesn't do it for everything. So you have to individually, if you teach like 6 different courses, then you need to do that toggle switch for all 6 different courses. If you're a primary school teacher, elementary, and you only have one class and you just boop, do it one time. And we're laughing, we're having a good time. But secondary, y'all have to click that button on all of your courses. Okay, so nightly sync. What this is going to do is it's going to automatically pass back your grades to whatever school information system you have linked to Canvas. Again, in my case, this is Skyward and Canvas. They need to talk to each other. And this is how we get Canvas to do it automatically. Now, the next tricky thing is in the assignments window. So we'll click on assignments now. In assignments, the default is they set up groups. So you'll notice this says assignments with an S. In Skyward, our student information system, the option for this group is called assignment. So if I tried to sync all of these, it would not work. It would come back with an error and say the category of assignments could not be found. So what do? We can do a couple of things. In Skyward or your student information system, it will have whatever the names of those categories are. You can find them by clicking on categories and going to where the categories are. And you'll notice that it says just assignment. So what I can do is I can click edit and I can delete the S and boom, assignment it is. And now it's just saved as assignment. Now, what else can I do? I could also just create a group or change it altogether to ASGN, which again in Skyward is the abbreviation code that it uses. So whatever way you want to do, whether you want to delete the S and just make it assignment, or whether you want to just play the safe route and go with the 4-letter code, the ASGN, that's what you need to do. There we go. So those are the first 2 things. So make sure that toggle switch is toggled to nightly sync in the GradeSync, and then make sure that your categories, your groups, like here's my assessments, And here are my assignments. And I just changed this one to be assignments, so now all of those. But here, look at this. I have other things. So imported assignments are things when you create an assignment. Let's say that you create an assignment in your class A, and you have another course that will use that same assignment. We'll call it course B, for example. If you make the assignment in course A and you copy it to course B, which is easy to do, in course B, that assignment will show up in the group called imported assignments. Then when you try to sync that grade to your student information system, Canvas will not do it. And you will be confused because you set your groups, you have nightly sync turned on, you've done the other checks that I'll show you in a minute on the actual assignment to make sure it syncs, but it doesn't sync. Check here and see if it landed in imported assignments, because chances are that's where it is. All right, so we have the groups set up that match Canvas. We have the groups that Canvas and Skyward match together, and now we want to go to the assignment side of things. So we've gone from big to small. Big, make sure nightly sync is turned on. Then the next level down, make sure that your groups in Canvas match your categories in Skyward or whatever your student information system happens to be. The next level down, more specific, is when you're making assignments, when you're making quizzes or assignments or what have yous that you want graded into Skyward, this is the next thing that you need to check. So we'll go ahead and go to an assignment. Let's say the introduction to muscle terms. We're going to use textbooks. That was kind of a fun activity, just letting them figure it out. But here's what we want to do. We want to click on edit, whether you're making a new assignment from scratch or whether you're managing one from before. Here's what we're doing. I handed out a worksheet that they did on paper, and so that's fine. I want to make sure that this sync to SIS is toggled on, ticked in the box. Include this assignment's grades when syncing to your school's student information system. Yes, that is important. The next important thing is that it has to have a due date. It must have a due date. And that should go without saying. Your stuff should just have due dates, but make sure that you select a due date in Canvas. Boink, there we go, due date. And if you have standards or mastery trackers connected to a course, then you can, of course, pick those standards and then just click save. And that's it. Now, all of your grades, when you grade them in Canvas, should sync automatically over to Skyward or your student information system, whatever one you use. And it's easy as that. That's just one more thing that you don't have to do. Grade it one time, which, as painful as that can be, is done. But you don't have to do it twice. So I rarely look at the grade book in my student information system in Skyward because I do it all in Canvas. I check it about midway through the term and then at the end of the term to make sure that everything worked properly. And I'll look every once in a while to make sure that things are syncing. So do keep an eye on it. But in terms of adding assignments or grading things in two places, don't do it. Don't do it. Just sync it. Just let the computer robots do all the things. If that was helpful, consider subscribing. If you want to know more about another automation tip, definitely watch this video next.